Meteorologist Nikki-Dee with KLBK's first warning weather.
A winter weather warning continues to be in effect all across the South Plains until 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, that is for the entire portion of the South Plains. We urge you to please take these warnings seriously because it is a winter weather warning. We've already received tons of winter weather across the South Plains, and it is only going to intensify and continue. Here's what we dealt with today across the South Plains. We had a mixed bag. I mean, earlier this morning we had the fog, then we had some freezing rain, then it turned into really cold rain in the central areas, and then we saw a bit of snow, and now we're about to see a lot of snow across the area. Notice the visibilities, they are low across the region, and that's just another reason not to be out on those roadways. And this is something I love to see. Not a lot of people out on the roads, and we want that to continue to be the trend across the region because your safety comes first. That's why we're here. Here's what we're dealing with on the exclusive KLBK Digital Doppler Radar. A lot of you have little faith. I said there would be snow, and trust me, we're going to see some snow, and we're already dealing with it right along the Texas-New Mexico state line. However, up towards the north, right in the great place of Plainview, I've got a lot of good friends and family up there. They are dealing with that freezing rain and wintry mix. That's exactly what we are dealing with right there in the city and up along I-27 as well as into Toya. But notice you have this little thin line, which is a little on the purple side. That is where everything is transforming into snowfall because you do have an upper level that is giving us a little bit of trouble. That's why we didn't see snow right off the bat. We've got some warmer air aloft, and that is what we are seeing diminish just off towards the western portion. Olton, you're seeing that snow right now, and you head over along into Muleshoe as well as into Clovis, Broadview. You are seeing quite a bit of that snow, and just to the north of Clovis, we do have reports of upwards of 4 inches of snow that have already fallen, and that is exactly what we're going to see in the central areas further off into the eastern portion. So heed the advisory, take this seriously because on the bottom of that, you're dealing with that freezing rain. So you got freezing rain, which is going to be obviously ice, and then you're going to deal with that snow. It's going to be extremely slippery, not something you want to be on the roadways. Let's just say I'm so glad tomorrow is Saturday, and we urge you to stay home, don't run the errands, and please don't go out and use those gift cards to the mall. There's no sense of getting out and about. Olton's seeing quite a bit of snow as well as into Littlefield. Anton's seeing that snow as well. And notice you do have that dry patch. With that dry patch, that doesn't mean it's going to stay like that for long. That usually means that you're actually going to see more cooling taking place on the surface and the upper atmosphere. And that's just going to urge all of that cold snow air to push into play. Take a look just down to Levelland, seeing quite a bit of that snow as well as just over into Morton. We're continuing to see that snowfall right along the Texas-New Mexico state line and then just to the east of the line. Brownfield seeing quite a bit as well as into Denver City and Plains. All of this has one way to go, and that is east. Off into the rolling plains all day today. We've been dealing with that freezing rain and ice. Very dangerous. We had so many power outages across the eastern portion of the viewing area. Still dealing with quite a few of them, but however, we are going to see some snow pushing your way. But right now, notice we are seeing some green. And a lot of times that does indicate rainfall. We are seeing a rain-snow mix along with some sleet within these storms. But then all of that, as soon as it hits the surface, it does begin to freeze. Not only the surface, but your vehicles, your homes, your driveways. So dangerous. So please be careful if you are going to be out and about. But we are looking to see more of that snow pushing into your region. I mean, check it out right now. You're seeing all of it developing along the state line, pushing further off towards the east. We're looking to see quite a bit of snowfall headed your way. And earlier today, we had those icicles. They're so pretty to see, and we love and enjoy them, especially since we don't see a lot of snow around the region. But you know what? They can be extremely dangerous, and on top of that, they're only going to grow. So we will be dealing with more ice sticking to the icicles already on our homes. I know I have plenty on mine, and so does Terry. And we're going to see that grow along with some snow developing on top of it. And check this out. This is something you can only see in West Texas. This is something for the record books, and don't worry, it's on Facebook. You can share it with everybody. It is so cool. We have a tumbleweed covered up with that winter precipitation. It's just a great photo. And then remember those pets. Bring them inside if possible. If not, put their jacket on them, such as the horses. We want to make sure everyone stays safe. And of course, remember their water because it will freeze rather quickly, and sometimes you think you're doing proper preparations to keep it from freezing, but it still does. So continue to take extreme caution with those horses. So here's what we are seeing outside. We are dealing with quite a bit of snowfall. All of that will continue to push off towards the east. Temperatures right now 31 degrees in the hub, 28 in Plainview, 26 up towards Dimmitt, 28 in Morton, pushing further off towards the east. Those numbers are closer to above freezing, such as in Childress, where we actually are seeing just a little bit of rainfall. 32 in Lake Allen Henry, 30 into Post, but it doesn't feel that way. We still have a little bit of a wind chill. 26 degrees is what it feels like in Lubbock, as well as 18 in Dimmitt. 24 is what it feels like over in Toyah. So it does feel quite cold outside. And again, that goes back to the pets. Even though you may think, oh, they're good, they stay outside all the time, we are dealing with more of a wet snow condition at this point in time, and that does freeze their paws very easily and can give some frost burn. Over the next several hours, that very nice band of snowfall is going to push from the Texas-New Mexico state line, pushing further off towards the east, impacting the central zones and northern zones. We could see a few lingering bands down towards the south, but majority of them will stay in the central and northern extent, then continue to push off into the rolling plains. But notice how it does begin to loop back around. We are looking to see more snowfall in Tucumcari into Clovis. I know you've already seen a lot north Clovis, but we are looking to see more of that impacting your zone as we go into the overnight hours. But by tomorrow, especially around brunch and afternoon, things clear out. We're looking to see a lot of sunshine. Things will begin to melt. Temperatures will be above freezing, but then we will freeze by the evening hours, and that's going to be quite the disturbance. This particular model run gives us around 3/4 of an inch of snow in the city, closer to 8/10 of an inch up towards Plainview, and then you look over to Clovis where it is saying 3.5 inches. But we know we've already beat that north of Clovis, and then Tucumcari 5 inches of snow. Another model run is being a little more generous when it comes to the snow, saying 2.5 in the city, 2 and almost 3/4 over into Plainview, and then you head over to Clovis where we're closer to 4. This is looking more realistic at this point in time. We want you to heed that advisories. Please be careful. Do not get out on those roadways. I know tomorrow is going to be above freezing. Things will begin to melt, but ice is below all of the snow that we will receive. So remember, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you could be seeing a few of those snow showers. Temperatures will be around 23 degrees for your low by the afternoon, 38. The afternoon, where you are going to see those clearings pushing into play, but we will have breezy conditions, making things feel quite a bit cooler. And overnight, you got it, refreezing is back in order. We're looking for those temperatures thanks to those clear skies. Get down to 17 degrees, 34 by Sunday afternoon, 19 as you wake up on Monday morning, 42 for your high. And notice we will flirt with right around 70 degrees on Tuesday, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. We've got a lot of moisture. The soil can only absorb so much moisture as we push into the overnight hours, so throughout the day. So remember, we want you to heed those advisories, continue to stay safe, and of course stay right here with KLBK. And remember, we are dealing with a lot of freezing rain throughout the entire portion of the South Plains, and that is extremely cold. We're about to see the snow, but remember, we do have that ice on top of it, so that is causing power lines to kind of sink down and break in many locations. We do know that in Garza County, we are seeing quite a bit of a disturbance. Power outages are out around Highway 380. Highway 380 is actually closed right now.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to be very careful. Also significant ice accumulations, but unknown thickness on those things.
Exactly.
So just a lot of ice stacking up because of the rain, because of the snow.
And then you've got the snow on
rain
top
again.
of that.
Right.
You know, I was telling David the other day, we love to stack our cakes. Layer your cakes, have icing in between. We do not want to do that when it comes to weather.
Because it's cake and then ice and then cake
ice,
and then ice.
and then it's slippery and slippery. But we do know a nasty freeze is out there, and we've saw 1 to 2 inches in diameter when it comes to those limbs actually breaking. That's a big chunk of a limb.
And if you're sitting outside and it's quiet in your neighborhood, it's kind of scary to hear those things crack and break off.
And we're hearing a lot of people saying, you know, we were sitting outside, bundled up, and we're hearing a lot of breakage. And, well, they said actually it's dark too because they don't have power. So please heed those advisories.
Definitely so. Thanks a lot, Nikki-Dee. More news still to come here on KLBK.